Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, gratefully recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means, share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Other than that, how we all doing today, guys? What a great day! Weather was terrible. It actually freaking snowed this morning. I was not happy to see that. But I get up early, went to the gym. I had a couple of appointments today. As I walked into my second appointment, I was there. The people are putting the house on the market. They had some foundational cracks and stuff they wanted me to take care of before they did. And as I walk in, I met the realtor there. We walk in, and the owners let us know that a water stain had appeared in the ceiling overnight. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. Well, I have a moisture meter. Let me go see how bad it is. And it was pegged. So I'm like, yeah, clearly there's something going on. We looked around, and in a little bit of history, they let me know the year before they had parallel to where this was further down the line. They had a water leak and found a nail through a plastic water pipe, and I'm like, well, it's right in the same line, crown molding directly below it. I said, chances are it's, because what happens is the nails go through the plastic line and they seal up. Over the course of time, that nail will slowly rot away, and once enough of it rots, then it starts to leak. And I'm like, well, we're probably going to have to cut a hole in the ceiling, and they're looking to put this house on the market tomorrow. So, clearly they were upset. Not upset with me. They were thrilled that I was there and happy and willing to help. So I switched gears, and I went out and got my tools, and I cut a hole in the ceiling, and exactly as I expected, right where I cut the hole, I found a plastic water pipe with a rotted nail hanging out of it. Shut the water down, cut that out, fixed that, and as we turned the water back on, I could hear water spraying 10 inches down up in the ceiling. Shut the water back down, reached my hand up inside, come out all wet. I said, guys, obviously there's more nails in this, we're going to have to do more work here. And they took it in stride because they knew, not my fault, I'm just there helping out, and they were thrilled that I was able to be there on the spot and get it taken care of. So I cut a bigger hole in the ceiling, found 2 more nails, I cut them all out, fixed it all. Fixed the rest of the work that I was there to do. So, I cut out all the wet sheetrock and sprayed it with mildew killer up in the insulation and whatnot, and ended up making a really good day's pay. Gave them a huge, I made a good day's pay. I gave them my bill. They were thrilled, paid me on the spot and thanked me, and I made a good day's pay. But then come to find out, I charged them less for the entire job and everything else I did than the last plumber charged them to fix the one leak, and then he didn't even bother to check and see that there was more, and I took care of the rest of it. Like, guys, just do your job, do your job to the best of your ability, and if it's more work, like, these people would have paid me triple what I charged them. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I did, but I made a hell of a good day's pay, made a customer for life, end up looking like the hero. It's just, that's when I practice these principles in all of my affairs go so much better than they ever did in the past. And I just enjoy it. It is a great feeling of accomplishment. It was a beautiful day. Guys, the reading today is so aptly timed, like they always are. I'm going on a speaking commitment to McLean's Hospital and their lockdown ward tonight. It's something that I've been dying to get into, hospitals and institutions, so I can go share the message of recovery with people that are, just getting stabilized, just like other people did for me. And that's where I get the bug. I caught the bug of recovery and really decided to give this my all, is when I saw somebody come into the rehab and just, lit me up with his passion for recovery. And I wanted what he had, and I figured out how to get it. And now, boom, here I am. And the reading is titled The Value of the Past, and it's just a perfect reading for what I'm going to do tonight. So let's do it, and we'll talk about it, guys. The Just for Today NA meditation reading is The Value of the Past. This first-hand experience in all phases of illness and recovery is of unparalleled therapeutic value. We are here to share it freely with any addict who wants to recover. Most of us came into the program with some serious regrets. We had never finished high school, or we had missed going to college. We had destroyed friendships and marriages. We had lost jobs, and we knew that we couldn't change any of it. We may have thought that we'd always be regretful and simply have to find a way to live with our regrets. Well, on the contrary, we find that our past represents an untapped gold mine the first time we are called on to share it with a struggling newcomer. As we listen to someone share their fifth step with us, we can give a special form of comfort that no one else could provide, our own experience. We've done the same things. We've had the same feelings of shame and remorse. We've suffered in the ways only an addict can suffer. We can relate, and so can they. Our past is valuable. In fact, it is priceless because we can use it to help the addict that still suffers. Our higher power can work through us when we share our past. That possibility is why we are here, and it is the fullest, and its fulfillment is the most important goal we have to accomplish. And the affirmation is, just for today, I no longer regret my past because with it I can share with other addicts, averting the pain or even death of another. And guys, that goes right back to when I found the beauty of doing this channel and just found my early recovery. Like, I was one of those people that just, like, I found my past so just overwhelmingly full of despair that I repressed it and I kept repeating it. And this time around, as soon as I was a couple months into recovery and I realized that I'd turned my life over and I'd made recovery my purpose, it took all that shame away, because again, now I'm able to take my past and the depth of despair that I had reached in active addiction and use that as the place that I've come back from. Now I'm succeeding to a level that I can show, listen, this is how bad it was for me. It's just as bad as anybody else out there has ever experienced, with a lot of time, with a lot of things stacked up on it. And once I fully developed and just lived this program, I'm thriving in ways that I never could and never dreamed that I ever would. That's a very powerful message, recovery. I've said it 1,000 times. This is why I do these videos every day. I understand that I've been saved and I've been given a gift that I need to share. I can, instead of just being shamed, feeling all that shame and remorse and guilt for all the things that I did, I now get to use them and say, this is what I've overcome. And it's a powerful statement. It's a powerful difference. And that is another just beautiful gift to recovery. But it only works if, first of all, you've got to recover. Second of all, you've got to be willing to go to meetings and share with others and share your progress, share your struggles, share your solutions, and encourage a newcomer coming up that they can do. Not only by doing the right thing for yourself, but by being kind and raising your hand in a meeting and getting involved and sharing with the newcomer. And that's where I get my greatest love from, my greatest happiness, my greatest joy today, is being an example of what's possible in recovery, and living in this solution, and then going out and being able to guide and encourage others. And it's just amazing today, guys. Like I said, then I've been able to turn around and practice these principles in all of my affairs and see what a difference it makes in my life. Like, it's amazing. I'm constantly being put on, not on a pedestal, but I'm constantly receiving accolades for letting me know that my work stands out, that my attitude stands out, that my kindness stands out. And those are the things that I strove for early in recovery. My earliest videos, I'm like, guys, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what I'm going to do. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a way to stand out for something good in everything I do. And I've made that my baseline. It's something I've done not to perfection. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But I've overcome so many of my deficiencies just by paying attention to them, choosing better action, not allowing myself to just want to get over on people. Because again, God has shown me from day one that when I do the right thing for the right reasons, just because it's the right thing to do, that I get rewarded in ways I could never manipulate, connive, conceive. It's beautiful. I was writing that bill today, and I'm like, a year ago, I would not have had the confidence to write the bill that I wrote today. Today, I knew I was giving them a break. I could literally get away with charging double that, but I don't need to. I don't tack on emergency fees and this and that. No, I go in and I do a job. I was thrilled that I was there during an active emergency. I was thrilled I was competent enough to show my skills and isolate it, not make a mess of this house and rip down a whole ceiling. I made it look easy again today. And that's what I get to do in recovery. But that's only because I pay so much attention and I practice these principles on all of my affairs. And then again, I understand that I make way more money than I ever dreamed possible. I don't need to go just because the opportunity is there to charge somebody triple what I would normally charge. I don't do it. I don't need to. Like, I know that's gouging and it's taking advantage. And even if they would have felt it was justified and they would have been happy to pay it, I don't care. That's not who I am. And that's why my business is thriving and growing at an exponential rate. My recovery advisor is not going to be in this Thursday, so she called me out of the blue today. And I had a conversation with her. We were driving to the road and we were talking about the business and the recovery channel and the YouTube and all the different things I'm doing. And she's like, I can't believe that your business is thriving the way that it is in this economy. And I don't even think about this economy. Yeah, it's tough, and I'm not trying to take away from anybody. But guys, just because it's tough, don't let that be an excuse for not being able to do something. I know I have marketable services, skills. I market my skills and again, I don't stick to one niche. I don't just do plumbing. I don't just do heating. I do emergency calls. I do remodeling. I'm doing new construction. I'm doing plumbing, heating. I do some tile work on the side. I do drywall work. I do a lot of different things. So it keeps me busy because I know there's a lot of different needs out there. And, I could make a good living on just doing any one of those, but I can build an empire by willing to use all of my skills to my advantage. And that's the difference, guys. Recovery has given me the confidence to honestly look at what I'm capable of and then start to reach some of that potential. And it's still untapped because I'm still learning new things and feeling more comfortable and taking on more jobs and bigger jobs. And because I'm getting to be independently wealthy faster and faster than I ever dreamed. The position that I'm in now is just, boom, amazing. And again, I'm not a rock star, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I will be. It's inevitable. I'm on the fast track to it. Again, I talked about reflecting on it yesterday. If you told me 2 years ago, before I got into recovery, that I'd be sitting in the position I'm in right now, I would have said, well, I either had to have hit the lottery or some uncle I didn't know I had died and left all his money to me. No, none of those things happen. None of these have to happen. I hope that I don't ever want any of that to happen. I've just got clean, stopped giving away all my money to drug dealers, started paying attention to what's going on in my life, started following the program recovery and applying it to every area of my life, and I've been expanding and building. And guys, I give the best prices around, and I make 10 times more money than anybody I know. Like, that's recovery at work in other areas of my life. And it makes me feel like I'm unstoppable at times. And I don't say that in a cocky way, but I know I'm walking with God on my side, putting me in the right places to help not only myself, but other people around me. And that's what I see more and more today. As anything happens in my life that I pay attention to, all of a sudden, somewhere down the road, that ends up being a shortcut for somebody else. I had a great opportunity today. There was a customer who offered me work I'm not going to take. And I realized there's somebody in my recovery network that's perfect for that work, and he's working for himself, so I'm passing that number on to him. And then I got a big job starting Monday. I was able to call somebody else from my recovery network and invite him to come work with me next week. And boom, just pass it along to somebody else. Make a difference in somebody else's life today. Because again, I've put my needs first, and now I've got overflow. And that's beautiful because now I can help people with the overflow. And that's something I said day one. I need to take and again, in the beginning, it felt incredibly selfish to look out for myself. Now I see how much more good I can do from a place of fulfillment. Now that my needs are being filled and I've got all these resources coming in, I'm able to share them with others and make a much bigger difference than I ever could have otherwise. And it's an absolutely beautiful thing. Then just knowing that I have a sense of value of self-value, sense of self-worth, that I'm able to go out and charge market value for my time. I'm not going to gouge and charge, emergency water leak, extra $200 for, if I can't justify it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not charge you for it. But I charge my time and I charge my knowledge. I don't trade dollars for time. I have a service fee rate, and I charge for my skills, for my tools, for my knowledge, and my capability. And I'm still more fair than anybody else out there. And I see the value of it because I see what opportunities are coming down the road for me. Guys, I use my past as a compass, but I also use it to let other people know what's possible to overcome it. And that's the beauty. And that's the message that I'm going to share as I go to this meeting tonight. I'm going to go in and light that place up from a place of gratitude, and just share my honest experience, my strength, and my hope. And I hope I reach at least one person in there tonight, and I'll keep coming till I do. Guys, that's the video for today. Thank you so very much for being here with me. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.